I know how long it took you, brother. Yeah, you deserve it.
Thank you. It was a painful road.
Well, now it's just growing and being patient, right? And not throwing into one play on the side. I'm like, guys, I don't
Yep.
know what the hell's going on with these kids. We were outside for hours, and seems like the energy level doesn't decrease nowadays.
Yeah. And I've downsized actually for my portfolio, so I'm just
Well,
chilling.
the best part becomes when you can risk less, make more.
Yep.
And that's, and I don't know, for me, my favorite plays are still like the one from today. Put in $15, pull out, double,
Yeah.
grab 20 contracts with a little bit of money and double the money. I mean, that's still one of my favorites. But
I feel you.
all right, let's see what's POC shifted.
You probably know, but you're not sharing yet. Just FYI.
What did I know, man? I'm sorry.
Okay.
I am beat.
I feel you. Me too.
It won't be a very long. Watch just an update, and then cover the entry today on the. I'm pretty sure you might have covered a 70 level today, but let's see if there's people that we're not aware of it. So the POC shift a little bit. POC shifted today. Okay. All right. Well, let me just update these levels real quick. All right. So, and I'm
You're
not
in
surprised that.
65 minutes, Shorty, not 30.
Yeah. I think I'm grabbing probably half a month more than a month. So 65 is okay.
Oh, okay.
And
I
I
thought
think
that.
30 minutes will shift it as well. So where's 30 minutes shifted? Yeah, so even 30 minutes is pointing to 41.50 now. Yeah, which is fine. Excuse me, sorry guys. Today we talked about this level, and I mean I was live, and I identified the play. I don't know who was live from the call today, but basically it was this. We grabbed. Well, if the tool lets me grab. At this time we didn't have this. I think we had, I don't know, somewhere like this much data at that point. Yeah, we had this much and then we drew that. So fair enough. The reason, why I did that. So if you guys look at this profile that we had, you guys recall from one of the watch lists, we talked about how irregular this profile was. Meaning this day was very irregular. Do you guys remember me drawing? I'm gonna try to bring your memory back where I said this had too much time spent to create a really B shape or P shape. I said you really should not have this many bumps on the bottom when you're creating P shapes. Your time spent on the bottom should be quick, should be minimal, and then you explode higher. It's telling you you really want to explore the price higher. So your time spent on these levels should be minimal, and volume should also be minimal, because then that means you have limit orders you're absorbing. You don't want to be absorbing. You want aggressive orders driving the price up. So this one became very important for me in terms of price action. If you guys look, a lot kind of evolved around this POC. Here they rejected, they failed, they broke, retested, and so on. And even today, when you take this profile like I just did now, let's say from this line here, and we'll go here, and we'll hide these guys. So now if you look, that's the level that we rejected. But then it's like, okay, well, how do you know, to draw that, right? Well, first of all, all of those profiles kind of consolidated at the same level. And anytime the price went, and I explained this during the live, anytime the price went to break above the value area high of any of these profiles, what happened? Broke the value area high here, rejected. Broke the value
Yeah,
area
rejected
high,
every time.
rejected, rejected, rejected. So now it's telling me, hey, we're kind of reaching the extremes, and the extremes don't carry any value. So if I know that, and if I'm grabbing these volumes, I could even grab this one for whatever it's worth. I grabbed from here, and this 70 level kind of gave me a picture. I don't know if you guys recall, but I deleted everything in the middle of the day to see what is happening. Once I deleted it, I was like, okay, well, to me, it became a little bit more cleaner that they really want to go for that 4170 level. And that's exactly what they wanted. So now if you just pay attention to the price, right, what's happening? We reached a high, lower high, and now you're looking for a level. Even, I mean, if you grab from here to here, the POC is going to be there. You're looking for a level where we created an imbalance, where we had a balance and imbalance from. And look at this. This is the level where we had a balance. We dumped from it, and you're coming back for a retest, and you're still in the lower high. So now the trend is down. Your short is good because you're in trending lower, right? Instead of, if you guys look here, you had higher lows, and higher highs. Now you're in lower highs. So it makes sense structurally because it's going to make a lower high here. And, you know, you had a balance that's now going to be validated here. And that's exactly what happened here. This was a really good short. And I don't know if you guys recall, we drew the entry and the exits today. It was something like this, I believe. And our target was actually the low here. Our risk was a little higher. Actually, let's see. It was like this. We used 41. I think it was like that, somewhere like that. And it played out to a T. And if you're patient enough to wait for it, as I was leaving, I said, hey, I'm scalping these entries here. The real setup is at 4170 to 74. And then I went away because it was really, really hard to watch some of the price action. And then they came back here and hit it on the dot and exploded lower. So hopefully you guys understand why I took it. And it wasn't just me that noticed it. It was catching rockets. It was few people. I believe CK was also pointing that out, that he was waiting on that entry. And when you see that many people noticing the same stuff, it's an indication that something works and people are seeing the setup come to them.
Yeah,
And if you
Burnside too. Burnside
yeah,
too.
I mean, there was a lot of people waiting for this from our Discord. And I scrolled through Twitter as I was putting my kids to sleep, and I see a lot of people losing money today. And to me, it was just amazing. It was a very easy day for shorting instead of, excuse me, for going long. I mean, here you break here's your, higher high was put in here. You put a higher low, you're changing the character here. You change the character nicely. You came back for a retest, and boom, you're coming back down. So nothing to it, honestly. It was a very easy day. I think I went 5 for 5 on options, and that's probably the most options I've traded in a while. If I don't see the setup, and you guys have noticed, if I don't see the price action playing and there's no volatility, I'm not going to play options. I switch to futures, or I don't trade at all. I don't need to force it, guys. If I can make $400 or $500, if my goal is higher, that's great. But even if you make $100 a day, guys, that's plenty of money. You take 400, well, now you're making 100K a year off of trading. And some of you guys want to go 100K in a week, and that's just a false goal to have, and you're not going to succeed. Okay. All right. So tomorrow, if they do this, is there any news tomorrow? Let's check. Okay, PMI. Ooh, well, that guy's speaking afterwards. So honestly, tomorrow, if you guys just look at the price action, there's a high chance that they're going to come back to this. If you guys recall, we have a POC. Don't delete it. Around 41.31, there is a POC there. It's just that this one shows it shifted. I would still have that one marked on my charts if I was you guys. Pretty much sure I can remember that level and play it in my head. For newer people, I would keep that on your level. I would not short around 41.25. If you lose 41.25, high chance you dump 25 points, and you could take that, but be very cautious shorting at these levels here. Here, you do not want to be caught shorting. Okay, I'm just gonna delete this for a second. And if you guys look at the price action, right? So now you see that there's some buyers that stepped in at 330 here and drove the price up, and we anticipated this on the calls on this. I think Sid didn't believe us that we were in a call at one point. So now if you guys look at your value area, 41.62 to 45, it's not wide, right? It's pretty tight areas that we are building. So I would play the retest and the breakout of these value areas, unless you're seeing that we are opening. If we open like this, what is that telling you about previous day value area?
It's accepting it.
It's accepting, and most likely you're gonna have a typical day, right? So far, I would say we had a lot of extended typical days. Pretty much all of these days are extended typical because you're arranging, and then all of a sudden you break the range, you break the bottom, and you come back, and somehow you end up in these D shapes here. So tomorrow only play, excuse me, play the breaks of the value area, whether it's the top or the bottom, but then be cautious of the sigmas and where this POC is. So if you want to short tomorrow, you really got to lose this 41.50, guys. This level here, you really got to lose this. And if you do, I think there's a strong chance that you could catch it all the way to the PDL, which is 41.37. So again, 13 points. And in this market, remember, when the market is ranging like it is, it's called bracketed market. If you guys have never heard of that, it's called bracketed market. Have you guys heard of that before?
No.
Yeah, the name for a market, if you go to Wall Street and you talk to somebody, nobody's going to tell you a ranging market. It's called bracketed market. So a bracket market means that there's a bracket on the top, bracket on the top, on the bottom, and it's just bracketed, staying inside. When the market is bracketed, your limit is, your risk is limited, but so is your reward. And that's why you guys are seeing these 13 points ranges. It's because the market is bracketed. Means limited profits, like today. If you didn't take profits here, what happens to your puts? I guarantee you, you're done.
Is it bracketed because of the JPM collar being too tight?
No, not really. It's just the market is indecisive. Remember, we're still in balance from last year.
You gotta push through the P-pain. That's how you get it real.
So if we open,
What are you talking about?
if you open within this value area, there's a high chance that we have a typical day between 2:30 and 4. You're watching for extended typical break. Either side, whatever that side is, you're going to get 15, 20 points to the down or upside. And that's what I would play tomorrow. I say your time of trade should be between, I would say between 10 and 10:30. If you don't if you don't find a setup there, just log off till 3 o'clock. And that's what the market's been doing. If you just pay attention, that's pretty much what the market's been doing. If you come at 3 o'clock and you know this level is coming or a key level, I mean, that's 20 points and you should be done for that. Trading this, you should be pretty much done. You just need one trade on SPX or SPY, and you should be fairly quick. So at least that's how I would play it. But I would short below CPOC on a nice break like we had here. If you break this again, that would be good. And then on the upside here, man, you really, I don't think you guys should be trying to play here above PD value area high. If you want to, you could, but depending on where we open, I don't think that's enough reward here. I would wait that we clean. Honestly, this is 41.74 for upside, because right now we are in lower highs and lower lows. I think it's more like, hey, until you make a new higher high and you change the character, you don't have a business going long right now. Your mindset right now, intraday is shorting. And remember when I said last week, my mindset was long, like I was looking for bounces, but not buying anywhere here. I don't know if you guys recall, like 2-3 sigmas. I wasn't looking to buy that stuff.
We're not short again, the same CPOC, the one that we shorted today, 71, because that's where the the 3 minutes or a smaller time frame, you will again find uh, the imbalance that occurred.
Well, I mean, this would be this third tap to it. I mean, you could short it, but ideally, if you see that it's not as strong high as it was today, if they come and they're not, reacting like here, be careful, because most likely they're going to accumulate pop, and then if they lose it, that's when you short, which they could do right here. They could accumulate here, pop, and then reject right here, and then go down. Because there's now like a little channel here that we are in, and it's like this one right here. I don't know if you guys see it. So they could play that here. They could do something like that tomorrow, but I would definitely watch the CPOC here. The 41.55 is proven to be right on, just because that's all-time high to October low. Good level. If we lose the CPOC, high chance you visit 41.37. I would not be shocked if you go to February POC if you lose this here. And just make sure you identify February value area low. And who knows why.
You're gonna break for a new value if you lose that.
This was our February value area high right here, was it not? 41.96.
Yeah.
So if we tested the extremes of February value area high and we did not find much value there, what does the rule of extremes say?
Gonna test the other extreme.
You're gonna test the other extreme, so you better find the February value area low and put that as your target. And that's where we're most likely headed right now. And if you guys need it, I'll pull it up real quick.
4061.
40.61, that sounds reasonable. I wouldn't mind that.
Did y'all just start?
Oh man, we've been on for like 2 hours.
About 30 minutes.
So this will be the target now, because if you think about it, that's where we rejected. Here's your level, we rejected that. Now, most likely they're gonna be targeting this. And if you think about it, that would be the break of this channel here. And that would be the revisit of what? Let's see who got it. Quickly, come on. Shouldn't
The
take you this
March.
long. No, keep going, come on. Faster, you have to see it. SR flip. You bounced, lost, came back, retest again, failed. This is your buy level. Does that make sense?
It does.
Okay. It would also mean if we bounce here that we are accepting February value area. Is that correct? Yeah, we most likely accept it if we bounce here. So your first idea to go long is actually here. Okay. All right, guys, I'm gonna keep this super sweet and short. Tomorrow there's a holiday in the Muslim world, so I'm gonna go see family. My family members do celebrate the holiday, so if you are Muslim, happy Eid tomorrow, and hopefully you guys eat some cakes or whatever you guys desire to do on the holiday. I'm probably gonna be away at the family houses. We're going to my wife's family parents' house tomorrow morning, and then we're going to my sister's. And after that, I'll probably be back home, but I don't know what time that will be. So if you're practicing Islam, happy Eid.
Happy Eid.
Yep, Eid Mubarak to all of you guys. Thank you guys, and I will catch
Take
you
care. Have a
guys
good night.
tomorrow.
Really
Nice.
quick, Shorty.
Yes,
Are you planning on doing a class on Sunday?
yes, I'll post the times right now.
Yeah, no worries. Can you please go over the sigmas? I've never got a good recording
Again?
of it. I've never got a good recording of it.
I thought we did a good class on that.
No, and people keep asking me, and I don't have anything to refer them to. So I just want to get a good recording that I can post and easily point people to.
Okay, all right, that's fair. I thought we had like a 7-minute one. I think I have it. Let me
Maybe that's
see.
what it is. I don't have one. So
Okay, all right, no worries. Yeah, we can definitely cover it again.
Yeah, I mean, just real quick. I know it's not too
Yeah.
extensive, but
No, it'll take 5 minutes, man. I mean, 5 minutes to draw it. It takes a little bit longer to understand it, right? Over a period of time, right?
yeah, of course. But I just want to
Yeah.
be able to like post just that video on YouTube
Oh,
so
yeah,
people
that's a
can
good idea.
reference it directly, and I have somewhere to point people to. So that's all.
Okay, that works. Well, I'll schedule it most likely Sunday morning, just FYI.
Right on. And happy Eid.
All right,
I'm not Muslim, but
All
whatever. I'm good with every religion. You guys have a good night. Thanks, Shorty.
I'm Buddhist now. That's all I believe.
Whatever
I guess.
works. Whatever works. Good night, guys.
Yep. All right. Thank you.
Bye,
Guys.
guys.